Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Amy kills Nick's Wurmcoil engine, so he puts 2 worm tokens into play. Afterwards, Amy casts Maelstrom Pulse against the worm token that has lifelink. What happens? Alright, so of course we know that the worm token with lifelink is going to be getting destroyed during this Maelstrom Pulse. However, the real question is what's going to be happening to the one that has Death Touch. At first glance, you might think, well, Wurmcoil Engine doesn't say anything about what the names for the worm tokens should be. So, what is it? The answer is, unlike some stuff, like for example, the mana cost, where if the effect that creates the token doesn't specify one, then the token just doesn't have it, the name of the token actually does have a default value that the game rules define. So, even though Wurmcoil Engine isn't like Tulsim or Wolfblood that specifically says what the name of the token it creates is, the tokens that Wurmcoil Engine generates actually do have a name. As you can see by this rule here, the name is what the creature type is. Now that's pretty interesting because as you can see, the creature types for both of the Wurmcoil Engine tokens is worm, and that means that they do in fact have the same name, also worm, which means that one Maelstrom Pulse is enough to destroy both of them. This answer is the same even if you have worm tokens that come from a different card, or worm tokens that have different power and toughness, or different abilities, as long as the token's type is worm, and the token creation effect doesn't say otherwise, the names of the token will all be worm. Now, be careful, because if you have something like Worm Harvest, you'll notice that this makes WORM worm tokens instead of WURM, which is a different name. Therefore, this would not be destroyed by the same Maelstrom Pulse that targeted a Wurmcoil Engine token. And that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again tomorrow for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.